Hello, this is Allison Carmen, and welcome to my podcast, 10 Minutes to Less Suffering. And the name of today's podcast is Maybe There's Nothing to Fix. And the idea of this podcast came from thinking about all the things that really create suffering in our lives every day. And I know I talk a lot about uncertainty and how our fear of not knowing causes us a lot of stress and worry in our lives. But another thing that causes us so much suffering every day is our belief that there's something about ourselves that we need to fix to be okay. And it's a very painful way to live, believing that who we are in the moment is not enough to have the experience in front of us. And then what we do is we go around with the story that when I fix this and I understand this and I get this experience, then I could start my business, then I could go for that job. But sometimes we already have what it takes, but we believe we're not enough. So if we fix one more thing, that will be the thing that leads us down our path. This happens so often in relationships. We believe we don't look good enough. We believe that we're too old. We believe that we're not smart enough, not funny enough to actually have a relationship that we want. But when we fix ourselves, then we'll be lovable. This could also go to anything from a goal to a hobby, to a friendship. So many things in our lives we feel that we need to be fixed to have them. And again, one of the most painful things in our lives is not to accept who we are in the moment. And what's so interesting too is that's one of the things that takes us out of the moment. If we're not comfortable at the moment we're in, we won't be present and we won't be able to enjoy it. And the saddest thing is we're going to be managing our lives through our head, through our thoughts, through our anxieties, instead of through our heart. And when we're in the moment in our heart, we are real. We are creative. We are connecting to our higher self. We are bringing our best self forward. And again, we're being really present, and that's when the best comes out. But when we're always fixing and hiding, we show up anxious, we show up insecure, we're not confident because we think we're not good enough to be where we are. So we're not going to achieve as much, but again, it's the pain of not accepting it. We all know we have pain in our lives when we don't accept the things that are happening. Anytime we resist something that's happening in the outside world, we are going to suffer. And when we accept it, we find peace. We begin to heal. We begin to move forward. But the thing we're less aware of is when we're rejecting ourselves, when we're not accepting ourselves, when we believe in this moment that we don't have what it takes to face what's in front of us. And I get this. It is so easy to fall into this fixable state where you are not enough. But all we're doing when we're in this state is denying our truth, denying our beauty, denying our talent. We're not living in the abundance of what is. We're living in the lack of what's not. When the truth has always been that when we accept who we are in the moment, when we accept that we are loved, when we accept that we are connected to everything and everybody, when we accept our greatness, when we accept our creativity and our ability to love and our heart, then we are the most that we can be. And there's no fixing. There's no way we could be more valuable than who we already are, because our essence and our path and our destiny are all in front of us all the time. And there's nothing to do but to show up and shine. We are okay when we decide to be okay. We are great when we step into our greatness, and we step into our greatness when we value ourselves and we know that we are lovable just the way we are. That's where the power lies to create a new relationship, to create a new business, to find that new job, is to sit up straight and say, I am here and I'm okay because I am. And what's so interesting too, when we believe we have to fix something, we're not accepting ourselves in the moment, but we're also not accepting the glory of our lives. You can't tell me that you don't have beautiful things in your life right now. It's a choice if you're going to sit in the glory and the beauty, or you're going to sit in the lack. I know I give this example all the time, but living in lack is like walking into the kitchen and seeing some dirty dishes in the sink and saying, my kitchen is a mess. But if you open up all the cabinets, you find out most of your dishes are clean. Most of us are so much more beautiful and gorgeous and brilliant and creative than we even know because we believe we have to fix something to get into the arena. But what if there's nothing to fix? What if you are enough the way you are in the moment? It doesn't mean you don't need to learn a skill. It doesn't mean you don't have to take an act. It doesn't mean you don't have to go to the gym. But what it means is you are lovable just the way you are. You are enough. And anything that comes in your life that says you're not can never be held onto. Because anytime we need to be something else to hold on to something, it is not in truth. And it will escape us one day. It's like walking around, holding your arm up with a weight and thinking you could do it all the time. At some point, you have to put the weight down and just rest. And we are in a resting place when we are authentic and we're at peace with who we are. And then we could receive things. Then we could sit and be open and allow things to come to us. But when we're always fixing, we're chasing. We're chasing things that are moving in the other direction. But when we accept ourselves, we receive, we open, we are ready to let our greatness shine through and let the greatness come to us. And I know we've become a society of fixing, but it feels bad. It feels bad to think we always have to do something every day for us to be okay, for us to be loved, for us to be valued. It is so important that we remember who we are has always been enough. Our uniqueness, our creativity is the true beauty that resides within us. And all we need to do is live from our heart. Get out of our mind, get out of the fixing mind, the fixing thoughts, go back to the heart and just breathe and open and say, I am enough, I am valuable enough, I am smart enough, I am lovable. And just open your heart and allow yourself to receive the gifts that are right in front of you. And again, have your goals, have your dreams, do all the things you like to do every day, fix whatever you want if it makes you feel better. But understand that can never change your value. And that can never change your capacity to love. We are love. Our essence is love. Our essence is wholeness. And this belief of lack, this belief we're not enough, this belief we need to do something to be okay is the thing that keeps us from our greatness. It's amazing that it's been with us all along. As silly as it might sound, it reminds me of when Glinda the Good Witch said to Dorothy at the end of The Wizard of Oz, you had the power all along. And she said, click your heels together 3 times and make a wish to be home. And it's really the same for us. We've had the power all along. Because of our upbringing, because of our experiences, because of our trauma, our hurt, society, we believed that there was something we needed to do to generate that great life, to generate that love, to generate success. But when you start to see you had the power all along and there's nothing to fix for you to experience joy in this lifetime, peace in this lifetime, success in this lifetime, it all starts to change. You do not need to fix a thing to be lovable. You are already lovable. You do not need to fix a thing to be okay. You are already okay. You do not need to fix a thing to be valuable. You are already valuable. It just is. These are facts that are true, and these are facts to be accepted. And anything else is resisting your true nature. When you hold your life from your heart, and you feel your essence, and you feel your truth, and you know you've had the power all along, you open the infinite playing field of possibilities. And your whole life will change. Isn't it a relief to know you don't need to fix anything about yourself to be okay, to be lovable, to be wonderful, to be great? You get to take all your power back. You get to stand up and look at life and know that you have what it takes to be joyful, to be strong, and to be successful. And it also helps to remember that maybe the best is yet to come. Thank you for listening to my podcast today. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you could email me at allison@allisoncarmen.com. If you'd like to buy my books, The Gift of Maybe or Year Without Men, they're available at all major bookstores and online retailers. And if you like this podcast, you could subscribe and leave a comment.